KHTS.
It's Tuesday, and it's one of my favorite times. One of my favorite interviews with Dr. Jamie Ronchetto from Cinema Veterinary Centre. Good morning.
Good morning.
So the holidays, we've talked off and on. We started with Halloween and things like that. We talked about Thanksgiving and what you should and shouldn't feed your dog. But now the holidays are here, and it's even more a hazardous time, not only for dogs, but for cats.
Yes.
With ornaments and more things plugged into electrical outlets. What are some of the dangers that present themselves this time of year to our pets?
Yes, all sorts of things that they can get into, both dogs and cats, you're right. So certainly with the Christmas tree, you want to make sure that any kind of ornaments that might be thought of as edible are kept up high. So any of those like salt dough ornaments or anything like that, you want to keep them away because some dogs are not discerning when they want to have a treat. Any of the lights, you want to make sure you can, as much as you can, keep away from your dogs and cats. Especially the cats like to get in trouble with lighting, and you don't want them to burn themselves or, potentially get electrocuted. And then certainly different plants, poinsettias, are especially toxic. So certainly they're beautiful, but maybe keep them outside or up higher away from them so they can't chew on them.
And power cords, probably something that either they can be maybe stuck into maybe PVC piping or something, especially if your dogs are prone to chew those because of the fact that we talk about not only dangers but electrocution as well.
Right.
And I've heard horrible stories throughout, off and on, over the years of things like that happening.
Yeah. The tree water also, it might seem like nothing, but yeah, keep the dogs away from the tree water, especially if you put any kind of additives into it.
Exactly. One more thing we like to, especially with the kitty cats, when we're wrapping presents and let them play with the string and the ribbons. But
and tinsel.
If they eat it,
can be very bad, can cause obstructions in their intestines. Yeah, ribbons and tinsel especially.
Right. And even if it doesn't cause obstruction from personal experience for the cat, it did eventually make its way through, but
you were lucky.
not in a very pretty way.
Right.
So
can cause all sorts of problems.
Yes, and we were fortunate because, and it was one thing I thought I'd put away, and we went on Christmas Day to the movies and came back, and it was not pretty.
Yeah.
So and we were lucky because I know someone else who actually had to have surgery. Their cat had to have surgery as a result of that.
Candles.
So,
Candles is another one with the kitties. If kitties like to jump up onto tables and things like that, make sure that they can't get their fur anywhere near the candles and get singed.
Yeah, and they like sometimes, I know dogs that like to take stuff off the trees and think it's theirs.
Oh, yes.
Pine cones, too. We used to like to put the pine cones in a little basket, like in a corner, all nice. And then once we got our one beagle buddy who thought they were just wonderful little tasty treats, and they can cause issues. So all those little things you got to think about.
All sorts of things. Yes.
Dogs and kids, you've got the double whammy. But especially because dogs are a little bit sneakier about it. You don't always see what's happening until sometimes they might be showing signs of illness, and then you finally see the broken ornament or whatever in the corner of the house or what's left of it.
Yeah.
So from that, I want to transition too, because we have a serious storm, the first of in a long time, and looking at the radar, it is a big sized storm. And so it's not just like, okay, the dogs might get a little wet. I mean, this is going to be an all day, possibly all night thing. So when we talk about that, we want to protect our pets from that sort of heavy moisture, right?
Right, absolutely. Keep them inside if you can. Keep them under shelter. Keep them in a garage if they're usually an outdoor dog. All of those things will help because they don't want to be wet and miserable, just like we wouldn't want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And even your black lab, who is a water dog or whatever like that, they don't necessarily like the rain, or that sort of stuff. Just like that exposure for us can cause health problems and things too.
Absolutely, yeah. They can get colder and colder, and suffer from hypothermia if they're out there too long.
Right, and we don't want that. Outstanding. Dr. Jamie Ronchetto, Cinema Veterinary Centre, located on Cinema Drive.
Yep.
Very easy to find. And the phone number is 661-253-9300, cinemavet.com. And as a patient, or should I say as a one of my pets so far I brought there, really, really enjoy your services. Thank you so much.
Thank you.